Alrighty, welcome back. Come down the creek today and we found a new road, so we thought we'd come check out where it led to. Dad's just bringing the last of the gear over. See here, we've got massive tailings piles, so we're going to set up on one of these today and use some water to run our little sluice setup. I've never been here before, so we're going to have a little walk around. It's got a heap of water, heaps of dirt to work, and the thing I like, massive rocks which shoot off up into the mountain here, and you can see the old timers had a go at following these up, or you know, the not so old timers, someone's had a go. Lots of big rocks getting pulled out and it just goes off up there. Lots of big rocks here, but I went for a bit of a stroll and that probably goes up probably 100 meters with just big dig holes on the side. So this must have been a feeding tributary into this creek at one stage. It's got a lot of nice crushed quartz in it and a lot of this shaly bedrock that they've been pulling up. So, you know, usually these points at the base here, after this has had a couple of 100 years of flood, and it's usually all right in here, but such a wide creek, it would just absolutely pump down here. And there's a big bar just right there as well. We've tested it, it wasn't that great. So either this has been all dredged and actually, you know, looked through, and this is just the refill, or you know, there wasn't that much here. But I'm going to show you a bit of an interesting spot that we're going to check out. Not this, but I just saw this, so we will check this out. Here, it's like they were running water, running sluices, and digging these big pits up here. So be careful of the snakes this time of year. You see what they've been pulling out. Now that's pretty river worn, really, with how round that is. Can't see any visible chunkiness in it, but nice bit of quartz. Here's another one. One's a bit nicer. Again, same thing, not much visible in it, but they would have been crushing this stuff to see what was really in it. See up there, someone's either been playing with this or just natural erosion has dropping this out. It's super tempting to want to do a test pan of it, seeing as it's got all this nice river worn quartz in it. That's pretty cool. I don't know, maybe I'll do a little pan. I don't want to cause too much erosion, but obviously it's already been hit pretty well once. It kind of looks clay-like in structure with a bunch of quartz in it. So pretty common. I guess it's what all the hills are made out of. Again here, nice big runway. Another dig. Anyway, we'll get into it. I'll show you what we're going to get into. So we've got this bar here. Whoa, slippery bedrock in it. It's full of gravels, but that's not interesting me. I like the bar ahead because it's not so full of gravels. It's full of the big chunky rocks that have come tumbling down the stream here. So this would probably be one of the better spots to start testing, as it's all still where it's meant to be since the last flood. Obviously a few more tailings here, but same thing in the cracks here. Got big rocks. Oh, sorry buddy. Put that one back. Won't work that one. So look, a lot of rocks just choked up in these cracks here, and big pools, big rock bars. It's going to be pretty good. So we're just going to have to start doing some test samples, I think. Might do this bar here. Looks like someone's had some fun there. Taken out in between the bars. See how that one there is just sitting completely on its own, and in all the cracks it's been filled with mud. So I'm guessing that's what they've been scratching out and pulling them out and just working the dirt. Very interesting. Let's get into it. Yeah, it's always good just to move the big rocks first so you don't have to shovel them out of the way. I'm just going to do a quick test pan. I personally think the gold's coming from this side over here where the hill's been getting worked, but we'll do a quick test to see if there's anything coming from upstream. Obviously we might need to do a few more test pans. Looking pretty vacant, maybe one speck, but that's not what we're after here, so we might have to do a test a bit further up in the bar. But what we might actually do is have a look more on this side here, especially down after this trib here. Might do a couple more quick test pans up here just because it looks pretty juicy, but I think we're going to be down here today. My gold sensors are telling me. Yeah, so we did a bit of work here, but we've jumped up to the top bar to see if there was anything coming in. And first pan I got some specks, and I thought I'd do another pan, and there's definitely some specks in there. Got 4 decent bits, and that was just in one classifier in that pan and sieved out. So we're actually going to do our tub trick and run it down the sluice, and we should be able to clear out this whole section just in a couple tubs, and we'll see what we get. Then I still want to check over here, so let's get into it. It's going to be a good day. I'm just going for a little walk upstream just to show you what's up here, and obviously there's just big digs everywhere. That looks like a massive rock in there, so this whole bank could very well be gold bearing up here, and it's just bars, bars, bars. Looks like a bit of an inside bend here, and pretty water worn on the side. Someone's been here, you see some tailings, but I think this is the side that just got absolutely smashed. Nice deep pool. Anyway, we'll have to come do some test pans up here. Well, I've been a little bit further up and it was nice chunky gold, so why shouldn't it be here? Also see here, there's a lot of just stuff sitting in there. They would have all been crawling around this bend here and sneaking over this here, which is probably why we got some good bits just then. But look at that, just absolutely untouched by anyone. Look at this stuff, you're getting big, heavy ironstone conglomerates. Some really chunky, nasty looking quartz reef coming out here, so very interesting spot. And just look at all these rocks in situ here, falling out of the wall. I'm nearly tempted to just come up here and have a look through all this stuff that's leached out. It's very, very tasty. Anyway, let's do some. And when you're completely finished with your bar, it should look something like this. It's completely cleaned out. I did nippy that out. And I've got everything out of this little catch point here. You can see it. Pretty sure the old timers would have fashioned that in there so that was the catch point for coming over this bar and getting caught behind that rock in there. So hopefully some stuff has flicked up and over the top, and we'll do this one now. I mean, then we'll nearly be ready to run. Yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone's seen the sluice running, so we'll only just capture, I don't know, 30 seconds of it. We're going to run a couple tubs through, and then maybe work this hole, or maybe work a bit downstream, all depending on what the mat tells us to do. So let's get into it. Alright, we've done our 2 buckets. Now they were out of here. Now we did do a little test hole here just because we're going to throw tailings on it. Wanted to test what was there. Now we are actually seeing some gold this time. Again, I've got the tripod on this camera, so you won't get any of this until we get home and clean it up, but hopefully there'll be a bit more in there to go with that. Looks like we've got 2 bits down here. That's a nice little bit there. Anywho, it's alright. Do a couple more and see what we get, eh, old boy? Couple there. Very good. Alright, now I just went down there and I was doing some test pans in the deep spot and out of the bottom of the trib, and to be honest, I didn't really find nothing to excite me. So we're going to come back up here. You can just see here on these bedrock how it's getting up there, and they've worked all up there, so there must have been some good gold up there. Even coming down in these fingers here, but we'll stick to what we're doing. We're going to run this gold line. We might take it up this way this time because there's a lot of big rocks. Got a bit little down here. So we're thinking it might be actually leaching out of somewhere up here. You just see there's so many big rocks in that. We're going to clear some out. We're going to throw them in our crack here because we've cleaned it out and now we can use it. We're going to clean out here, jump in there, jump up there, and maybe even have a look in that deep spot over there. Time's getting on. We'll have to do something soon, try and find it. We'll be heading home to clean up. Yeah, we just did the next 3. We left this hole here alone for a second. We did that first hole in the first bucket. We jumped that. We did here, and I've just refilled it with rocks. Did there, refilled it with rocks. We've done here, and you'd be surprised about just how deep these bars go off into this wall here. That was a good, you know, nearly 1.5 feet, just straight down in there, and there's still a lot more up here caught up in the gap there. Now, it kind of shallowed out along this side, but that's definitely the middle of the creek there, going through there. So, I don't know, we might just be on the inside bend here, just getting lucky with some small stuff. But obviously there's still a lot more dirt up here, and who knows how deep it is in along the front of this bar. And haven't touched up there. You can see there's definitely water that comes punching out of up there. It might be an animal track. But, we'll definitely have to check that out in a sec. But that's a pretty good hole. Probably clean this up and we'll get out of here, see what we get when we get home. Alright, we're wrapping it up. Just did those last few mats and did see a little bit of colour, so we'll have a quick look. Got a nice chunky bit up there. And got a nice flat bit there, and nice bits, nice small bits, and the rest is pretty speckly with some small stuff. So rather than do it here, we're going to take it home and enjoy the cleanup and just pan it out today, and that'll conclude our trip down the creek. And so far it's been a pretty good spot. So much dirt here to dig out. We'll be definitely working here for a little while. You got that bar there, deep spots here, finished doing the bars we were just doing here, and then there's just more up there. So it's going to be a busy summer. Alright, let's wrap this up. I've got me dirt. Oh, I just poured it from the bucket. I didn't even restrain it or nothing. It's going to have all the leaves in it, but we'll just work through it. Cheer up. We've got a lot of big rocks in there. Now that's probably the stuff they were chasing, this really iron-rich quartz vein that would have come up through some of those bedrock bars and possibly up on the hills where they were digging for it. So very interesting stuff. I'm not going to crush it today or tomorrow or probably ever. I haven't really got into the crushing. I've got a whole bucket of stuff to crush. More of it, it's getting a bit darker. Had our first little bit of show in the back corner there, so I made sure I shook it back down. It just likes to sit up on the ridge of the black sand for some reason. That's the last of the big rocks, we're getting down to it. Alright, see what we've got. Tapping it like a madman to the top like I usually do. Just going to do a little pan back. See a lot of fine stuff in there. Getting a lot of it on this side. I'm going to have to pan and then tap it. It's doing my head in. Wow. Well, for a new spot that we've never touched before, let me just get some better footage of this. I'll pause and stay. Alright, just had to take the camera off the tripod. I'll tell you what, for a new spot that we've never been to, that's pretty tasty. And we didn't do too many buckets either. We only just cleared out those little cracks that were available. You saw what I did. So we just may be able to weigh that up. Now, if anyone thinks gold doesn't float, I just want you to look at that. Now that's a piece of hydrophobic gold that we had in a little jar. Just pulling it off the mat, and it had enough time to dry, and when I put it back in here just to pan it out, you can see how it just refuses to get wet. And it just runs. Look at it. That's crazy. And still, even after settling on the sand, that's some hydrophobic gold. Now I'll touch it. You'll see it react. There it is, no longer reacting. No longer hydrophobic. Very interesting. Alright, so I've just gone ahead and cooked it up. The way up, a 0.22. Now that's not too bad for just having a scratch on some bars at a new area. Obviously, we all want the grammage, but it doesn't happen all the time. Anyway, something for the jar. I've got some gold here for one of our giveaway winners, if you're on that Facebook giveaway. And that's some stuff there. It's very special. It's going to be for our YouTube members. So if you're on our YouTube and you're a member, please head over to our Facebook. I think there's only one of you at the minute, so yes, please, Mick, head over to the Facebook, and we will do a giveaway for that probably mid-month. So very exciting stuff.